Okay, so let's dive in with Eric, who flew in here to ask in person. All right, kick us off.
How you doing, Mark? I'm Eric Zeror. I'm a second-year law student at UC Davis.
Awesome.
And when I told my mom about this event, she was so excited. She said, "Oh, Eric, I can't believe you're going to be on HBO special for Facebook." So, hi, Mom. Two-part question. Firstly, judging by the success of the like button, has there been any conversations about adding a dislike button? And secondly, my buddy and I are starting our own company, and we wanted to know, what's one piece of advice that you wish you had when you were starting Facebook?
All right. You know, we're thinking about it on the dislike button. It's an interesting question, right? Because there are two things that it can mean, and we're considering and talking about doing one and not the other. So the one that we don't want to do, right, is the like button is really valuable because it's a way for you to very quickly express a positive emotion or sentiment when someone puts themselves out there and shares something. And you know, some people have asked for a dislike button because they want to be able to say that thing isn't good. And that's not something that we think is good for the world. So we're not going to build that. I mean, I don't think that there needs to be a voting mechanism on Facebook about, you know, whether posts are good or bad. I don't think that's socially very valuable or good for the community to help people share the important moments in their lives. But the thing that I think is very valuable is there are more sentiments that people want to express than just positivity or that they like something. You know, a lot of times people share things on Facebook that are sad moments in their lives or are tough cultural or social things. And often people will tell us that they don't feel comfortable pressing like because like isn't the appropriate sentiment when someone lost a loved one or is talking about a very difficult issue. So one of the things that we've had some dialogue about internally and have thought about for quite a while is what's the right way to make it so that people can easily express a broader range of emotions, to empathize or to express surprise or laughter or any of these things. And you know, you can always just comment, right? So it's not like there isn't a way to do that today, and a lot of people are commenting on posts all the time. But there's something that's just so simple about the like button. You know, if you're commenting, a lot of the time you feel like you have to have something witty to say or add to the conversation. But you know, everyone feels like they can just press the like button, and that is an important way to sympathize or empathize with someone in an important moment that they put themselves out there to share. And I think giving people the power to do that in more ways with more emotions would be powerful. But we need to figure out the right way to do it so that it ends up being a force for good and not a force for bad and demeaning the posts that people are putting out there. So that's an important thing. We don't have anything that's coming soon, but it is an important area of discussion. On your other question about advice for starting a company, the biggest thing that I would say is just don't worry about making mistakes too much. Right? The number one question that folks will ask me is, what mistakes do you wish you could have avoided? And I actually think that that's not the right question because mistakes are how you learn, right? Everyone makes mistakes constantly in their life, but the real question is how you learn from them and not which things you can avoid. And you know, the mistakes that we've made in running Facebook and building it, I mean, there are many. I mean, I started off when I was so young that I didn't know anything about building a company or a product or any of this stuff, and I've learned so much from the people around me. And you know, making mistakes is a lot of how I learn. So I guess just you got to keep on powering ahead and don't stress too much about it.